Hello everyone, my name is Ritika and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a really long since I've made a video, but I think better late than never. So here I am. In today's video, we are going to discuss various organizations working in the field of global health and the crucial roles they play. As someone interning at Usaid India, I often get questions about different organizations in this field, so I thought it would be helpful to break it down for you. We'll cover a wide range of organizations and then focus on USAID's work in global health. So, yeah, without further delay, let's get started. Let's begin understanding what are the different organizations working in global health. I'll be using a whiteboard to write everything and explain because it is easier that way for me as well as you to come back to this or maybe take screenshots of this. Before beginning, I'd just like to give a disclaimer that please ignore any background noises of aeroplane flying by or maybe certain other noises because I was done making excuses for it. So yeah, let's begin. Also, excuse my handwriting because I'm not used to write on a screen. So yeah, types of organizations in global health. I've categorized them into like six categories, but it's not like these are the only six categories, and it is all enclosed inside this because it is not given anywhere, or maybe I did not look up to any references like any book or something. This is just based on my knowledge and understanding. So yeah, six categories. The first one is multilateral organizations. Second one would be bilateral organizations. Third one would be NGOs. Fourth one would be private foundations. Fifth one would be academic research institutions. And sixth one would be public private partnership. So coming back to the first one, which is multilateral organizations, as the name suggests, multilateral organizations are partnerships between multiple countries. So these are their main role include like setting boundaries, or setting up certain guidelines or principles for the partner countries to follow. The examples are WHO, UNICEF, UNFPA, UNAIDS, etc. And they have their country offices. Like in India, we have WHO country office, UNICEF country office, etc. So these are the multilateral organizations. Their main role is to set up guidelines, uh, and they may provide funding, but setting up guidelines for the partner countries on any specific topic of priority or importance for global health is their main role. For example, during COVID, WHO helped set up the guidelines which all the countries were required to follow to tackle the disease. Led UNICEF has taken the lead to tackle lead because it is affecting women and child. So they have pledged for a lead-free future, and they are asking different countries to partner with them, and they are helping them set up guidelines for tackling lead in their country. So This is how these multilateral organizations work. Then there are bilateral organizations. These are government agencies which partner directly with partner countries. So this is like a bilateral agreement between two countries. So Usaid is one of the best example of bilateral organizations. So most of the developed countries have these organizations or agencies, and through their money, basically the taxpayer money, they help the developing countries or the LMICs, which are the low middle income countries, to develop in certain sectors of health, education, sanitation, etc. So most of the developed countries have these kind of organizations, like USAID for US America, and then there is French Development Agency, then there is Swedish, Canadian, Australian agency, then there is UK's FCDCO, uh, which is the UK's Foreign Commonwealth Development Organization. Then there is KOICA, which is the Korean International Cooperation Agency. So yeah, their main role is to provide funding plus technical assistance. Now, by technical assistance, what do I mean? Technical assistance means helping the country to tackle their problem with their resources and with their money. So they provide the money and also the technical assistance. For example, in India, during like 60s and 70s, those decades, polio was one of the major concerns for us. So USAID came forward and provided the money along with the resources apart from money, like the solutions or the interventions which were needed to tackle polio at that time. They helped improved vaccine import or manufacturing. They provided support and guidance for that. So these are some areas which these agencies provide guidance and help to the developing countries. Apart from this, there another major role is to provide innovative solutions for the existing problem, or maybe demonstrate any other innovative way which is more resourceful, which is more which more optimally makes use of the resources of the countries, and also develop the capacity of that country to help sustain that intervention. So these are some major roles that these organizations play, and all of these major organizations have their country offices with their partner countries. So the next is NGOs. These are the independent non-profit organizations. There are international NGOs as well as Indian NGOs. Their main role is to go into the field and carry out the intervention. These are the people who, with the help of these agencies and under their guidance, with their money, develop the project and hire people and go into the field and carry out those interventions. So they also help advocate for rights and policies. They do the research work. So that's the main role of the NGOs. So international NGOs are Path Global Path, which is working in global health. Then there is Japaigo. Oh, then there is AmeriCares. Um, what else? Then there is Clinton Health Access Initiative. So these are some. international organizations. In India, we have Smile Foundation. Uh, then we have country offices for each of these NGOs as well. Apart from this, we have Indian NGOs, which are uh, these. Then we have Mamta, we have Seva Bharat, etc. Then coming to private foundations are uh, philanthropic organizations funded by private donors. So global examples are BMGF, that is Bill Melinda Gates, Rockefeller, then we have Ford, we have Clinton, etc. In India, we have Tata Trust, we have Piramal, then we have Azim Premji Foundation. And there are multiple. I'm just naming a few for your reference and for giving you an idea. So the major role of these private organizations, private foundations, is to like fund research or maybe development, support large scale up and innovation. For example, if a certain NGO has done a good innovation or maybe have come up with certain solution for a certain problem, so these foundations, with their money, they help scale up those solutions because NGOs do not have that kind of money. But with the help of these foundations, they can scale up. Again, coming back to academic research institutions, internationally we have John Hopkins, uh, we have Harvard, we have Peking, we have Swiss, we have London School. In India, we have TES, IIPH, JIPMAR, PFHI, etc. So their main role is to do the conducting maybe research or implementation research. So I think I've been using implementation research quite a lot. So let me just explain it in short. So implementation differs from the basic research in that, in implementation research we are trying to build the evidence alongside applying the intervention. So we already know that this intervention kind of works, but we are trying to build more evidence alongside, and that's how implementation research works. It is generally for evidence building for a certain intervention in the healthcare sector. So then there are public-private partnerships. Public-private partnerships are generally for areas or problems which need like large-scale efforts. So we need for certain diseases or problems like AIDS, and now lead. We will need uh, both the public and private sector to come together to tackle this. So, for example, vaccine was one such area where global efforts through the public and private sectors were needed. So, global alliance was formed for vaccines and immunizations. Similarly, for nutrition, We have a Global Alliance for Nutrition. We have a Stop TB partnership because again TB is one of the priority areas for global health, and we want to eliminate TB. So yeah, these are some areas. Indian examples for this would be the most famous Ayushman Bharat scheme, which is our health protection scheme with the help of public and private hospitals. Then, uh, what else? Certain national health programs have been a very good example of public private partnerships. For example, NACO, which is the National AIDS Control Organization, then our RNTCP. It's a very good example of these public and private partnership. The main purpose of these public and private partnership is to leverage resources from both sectors, right? So yeah, that was about all of this. I hope it is somewhat clear to you, or maybe I have given you enough idea to maybe do more research on your own and understand what are the different organizations working in global health. So if we come to USAID now, USAID is a bilateral organization, as I mentioned, which was founded by President John F. Kennedy in 1961, and it has been administering civilian foreign aid for development and assisting that throughout like more than 50 plus countries at this point. So in each country they have their country offices, they have their headquarters in Washington DC, which is called the Bureau for Global Health, GBH, Bureau for Global Health. So they their main areas of work include HIV/AIDS, TB, health system strengthening, global health security, and malaria. In India, they are sorry, I forgot, family planning and reproductive health services, and maternal child health services. In India, they are mostly focusing on all of these except malaria, not right now as such. So these are the areas which USAID in India is working on. So the main their work is to partner with Indian or state government and provide funding plus solutions, innovations to tackle the problem. So, for example, they do not they do not repeat what is already being done, right? For example, for let's take an example for TB. So, government of India has been tackling very serious difficulty with diagnosing a TB patient or reaching out to TB patients because of many different reasons. So, uh, they helped in coming up with certain innovations or certain interventions through which the number of TB patient diagnosis has been increased. For example, the Nikshay portal scheme, is one such example where USAID has helped in developing that. Uh, so these are some innovative solutions to tackle certain problems. They do not just do what the government or some other NGO or organizations have been doing, because then it would be waste of resources. So they try to improvise the solutions, or maybe help give a different perspective, provide different uh, knowledge on the basis of certain interventions which has been uh, maybe done or implemented in some other countries for the similar type of issues. So these are some areas, because they have experts in their fields and they try to uh, guide and provide the technical assistance as well as the funding. So yeah, that was about all of that. I hope it's clear with you.
So, talking about the next part of the video, which was how I got the internship. So, it was a very lengthy process, I must say. So, इसका एडवर्टाइजमेंट निकला था फेब्रुवरी एंड या मार्च स्टार्टिंग में. सो मोस्ट ऑफ दीज ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस व्हाट दे डू इज़ वो अपने वेबसाइट पे ही अपना एडवर्टाइजमेंट, अपनी वैकेंसी का एडवर्टाइजमेंट डालते हैं. सो आपको बार बार चेक करते रहना पड़ेगा. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि बहुत सारे ग्रुप्स होते हैं जहाँ पे हम शेयर करते हैं, बट बहुत बार ये चीज़ें मिस हो सकती है. सो व्हाट आई एक्सपीरियंस्ड वाज, मेरे साथ ये हुआ कि मैंने वेबसाइट पे भी एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखा हुआ था और मेरे साथ ग्रुप में भी मुझे ये सेम एडवर्टाइजमेंट मिला. सो मैंने फिर अप्लाई किया. जब फेब्रुवरी, आई थिंक मार्च में मैंने अप्लाई किया था. सो मेरे एक बैचमेट, मेरे कलीग ने हमारे ग्रुप में शेयर किया था एडवर्टाइजमेंट. तो वहाँ से मैंने देखा पढ़ा, और उस वक्त हम लोग काफ़ी समर इंटर्नशिप्स के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे थे. सो मैंने आई हैड अप्लाइड टू मल्टीपल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस एंड वैकेंसीज, बट मेरा कहीं पे भी शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग नहीं हुआ था. सो मैंने सोचा कि इतनी सारी जगह अप्लाई कर रही हूँ, एक और जगह अप्लाई कर देती हूँ. सो दैट्स हाउ आई अप्लाइड इट. But I sincerely applied for it. So I'll tell you the process in detail. So USAID has a fixed selection procedure for most of their vacancies, or I should say all of their vacancies, even for the permanent positions. So this is the process you have to follow for every vacancy. सो देर आर 3 राउंड्स. द फर्स्ट राउंड इज़ CV शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग. वहाँ पे आपको अपना CV सबमिट करना होता है अलॉन्ग विद आंसरिंग सर्टेन क्वेश्चंस. क्या क्वेश्चंस होते हैं आई विल टेल यू. सेकेंड राउंड इज़ योर ऑनलाइन रिटर्न टेस्ट, एंड द थर्ड राउंड इज़ योर ऑनलाइन इंटरव्यू. सो दीज आर द 3 राउंड्स. सो पहले राउंड में सॉलिसिटेशन जो एडवर्टाइजमेंट होता है, उसी में पूरा डिटेल दिया होता है कि आपको जॉब में क्या एक्सपेक्टेड है, व्हाट आर योर ड्यूटीज़ एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़, टेन्योर क्या होगा आपका, किस टाइप का पोजीशन है, वो परमानेंट है, कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल है, वट एवर, ऑल ऑफ दोज डिटेल्स आर गिवन इन द सॉलिसिटेशन. और एंड में सिलेक्शन प्रोसीजर का डिटेल दिया होता है. सो फर्स्ट राउंड के लिए आपको आपका CV भेजना है, एंड अलॉन्ग विद इट कुछ 3 से 5 क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस, जिनका आंसर आपको 200 to 300 वर्ड्स के अंदर में लिखकर सबमिट करना है. सो CV और आंसर्स ये मार्क्स इन पे दिया जाता है. एवरी प्रोसेस, एवरी स्टेप हैज़ डेडिकेटेड मार्क्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. सो उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको मार्क्स मिलेंगे, और अगर आपके मार्क्स कट ऑफ क्वालिफाई करते हैं या वॉट एवर, सो आपको नेक्स्ट राउंड के लिए कॉन्टैक्ट किया जाएगा. ओनली इफ़ यू आर सिलेक्टेड फॉर द नेक्स्ट राउंड, ओनली देन यू आर कॉन्टैक्टेड, अदरवाइज यू आर नॉट. सो मैंने मार्च में अप्लाई किया था. मैंने अपना CV और ये क्वेश्चन के आंसर मैंने भेजे थे. सो मैंने ये क्वेश्चन के आंसर जेन्युइनली लिखे थे खुद बैठ कर, एंड आई थिंक दैट मेड द डिफरेंस. सो या दैट इज़ द की टेक अवे. आई डिड नॉट यूज़ ChatGPT. आई रोट इट माई सेल्फ. हाँ, मैंने ग्रामर करेक्शंस के लिए डेफिनेटली यूज़ किया होगा ChatGPT, बट लिखने के लिए आई रोट इट माई सेल्फ. एंड आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस दिस कि जहाँ जहाँ ChatGPT कम यूज़ किया हो, वहाँ पे सिलेक्शन के ज़्यादा चांसेस होते हैं. सो या दैट वाज इट. सो आई डिड दैट, एंड उसके 1 महीने बाद मुझे मेल आया कि आई हैव बीन शॉर्ट लिस्टेड फॉर द सेकेंड राउंड. सो उसके बाद आई सेट फॉर द सेकेंड राउंड. ऑनलाइन रिटन टेस्ट हुआ था, जिसके क्वेश्चंस अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई डोंट रिमेंबर क्या थे, बट या दैट वाज अ 45 minute ऑनलाइन टेस्ट, जिसका लाइक इन द 45 minutes टाइम पीरियड वी हैड टू आंसर द क्वेश्चंस। देन उसके बाद थर्ड राउंड के लिए आया कि आपका एक हफ्ते बाद आपका ऑनलाइन इंटरव्यू होगा। तो ऑनलाइन इंटरव्यू हुआ फिर एक हफ्ते बाद। सो इंटरव्यू में देवर थ्री पैनलिस्ट इन माई इंटरव्यू एंड एवरीबडी वॉज आस्किंग 6 क्वेश्चंस। सो दे टोल्ड मी कि हमने सारे इंटरव्यूज़ को सेम 6 क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं ताकि मार्क्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में ईजी हो। सो एज आई मैंशनड, हर स्टेप को मार्क्स थे, बिकॉज दे वर जजिंग आई थिंक more than 200 to 300 applicants at that point for one position. सो इंटर्नशिप का जो सॉलिसिटेशन था उसमें 6 इंटर्नशिप पोजीशंस की वैकेंसीज थी। सो यूएसएड में काफ़ी सारे ऑफिसेज हैं, हेल्थ ऑफिस इज़ वन ऑफ द ऑफिसेज। सो हर ऑफिस के लिए वो लोग एक इंटर्न ले रहे थे, तो ऐसे सारे ऑफिसेज के इंटर्न्स की वैकेंसीज़ के लिए उसमें मेंशन था। सो आई एम फॉर दी हेल्थ ऑफिस ऐसे ही, और मेरे साथ 4 इंटर्न्स हैं दूसरे 4 ऑफिसेस के लिए। एंड आई थिंक जो 6 इंटर्न आने वाली थी वो उसका कुछ सिक्योरिटी क्लियरेंस नहीं हो पाया, तो वो नहीं ज्वाइन कर पाई। बट या वी आर 5 राइट नाउ। सो सभी लोगों को जज करने में आसानी हो इसलिए वो लोग हर स्टेप पे मार्क्स डेडिकेटेड रखते हैं। एंड आपके इंटरव्यू के दौरान भी उन्होंने सभी जितने भी इंटरव्यूज़ थे उनको सेम क्वेश्चन पूछे थे ताकि सबको आंसर देने मार्क्स देने में उन्हें आसानी हो। सो मुझे हर पैनलिस्ट ने 2-2 क्वेश्चन पूछे थे। अराउंड 45 to 1 आवर का वो इंटरव्यू था। सो ऐसा इंटरव्यू हुआ एंड देन उसके एक महीने बाद फिर आई गॉट द फाइनल ऑफर लेटर दैट आई हैड बीन सेलेक्टेड फॉर द हेल्थ ऑफिस intern position. So yeah, that was the process. And उसके बाद after the offer letter there is a 1.5 to 2 months का टाइम पीरियड लगता है पूरा आपका सिक्योरिटी क्लियरेंस, मेडिकल क्लियरेंस करवाने में। देर आर मल्टीपल paperwork that happens and it's a lengthy process. So उतना पेशेंस आपको रखना पड़ता है। लाइक सॉलिसिटेशन से आपकी जॉइनिंग डेट का पीरियड आराम से 4 to 6 months का हो सकता है। सो या that was it. And also we got to know ki around there were 900 applicants for these 6 positions. So I'm not sure कि मतलब कैसे डिवीजन था पर intern position, but yeah, the overall number of applicants were around 900. And also this internship is the first time. So USAID only had internships for American students till now, but this is the first time, and I think this is the first mission which has started internship for their national students. So yeah, the experience has been great so far, and I'll be sharing my journey moving ahead. So as we have seen, there's a vast network of organizations working towards improving global health. Each plays a unique and vital role in addressing health challenges worldwide. USAID in particular stands out as a major bilateral organization with a more comprehensive approach towards global health. So whether you're interested in a career in global health or you simply want to understand how these organizations work, I hope this overview has been helpful. Don't forget to check out the links in the description box below for more information on these organizations or career opportunities in global health. Feel free to comment if you have any doubts about my experience at USAID or anything we have covered. So with that, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in my next. Thank you.